Hey tribe, it's Kayla K again. What another video, vlog, video. I might have to stamp that. I like saying that, video, vlog, and video. I'm checking in with y'all, clocking in with y'all for a little chit chat, okay? We got something to talk about, a little story time. Why I say clocking in with y'all, because I won't be clocking in for this company no more, okay? Also, I'm not going to edit this video at all. So what happened in this video can stay right in this video. Y'all already know I don't really do too much editing anyway. I really mostly just edit out pauses and me saying the word a lot or whatever. But no. Whatever happened is what happened. Which I shouldn't have too many pauses to figure it out because it is what it is and we're going to get right to it. It's Saturday. Yesterday morning, Planet Fitness, my job, now ex-job, called me to let your girl go. Fired. Yeah. Now, I want to decide how I want to tell this. If you know me, you know I can be overly passionate. And so it just determined on as I start telling this story and get into it, how it lead, okay? If I feel like bashing them, I will. But I gotta tell some of the stuff that done happened or how stuff done played out. Like I just do. But this will be the last time and you will see me in this uniform, okay? Okay. And I must say, I do look good here in some khakis, okay? Jake from State Farm ain't got nothing on me. But, okay, so I'm going to take accountability to start with. I messed up, okay? And then I'll get into where I could have got the benefit of the doubt or stuff that led to how I'm feeling. So, I went to sleep on the job, okay? I did. Is it something that I just be doing or that sounds like me? No, that ain't unusual. But I did, okay? So, first and foremost, it's my fault, okay? And you know how you're not supposed to say sorry and add a but? I'm going to take accountability. But I'm going to add that but. Sorry. Not sorry. Okay? So, I've been busting my butt at this job. Gave them 10 months. In a few days, it would have been 10 months I've been there. Been there since September. Like a week or two before October. The last week of September. Now, when I first started there, I was first shift. Now, since February, I want to say or March, but I definitely think it might have been February. February, I've been overnight. Okay? Working overnight. The last 3 months, our store in our region, there's 5 stores in our region, and our store has been killing it. Why? I'm not finna toot my own horn, none of that. It's clear cut facts because of me. Okay? I don't care who feels some type of way. They can watch this video and feel some type of way. They're not. Why? They can fake feel some type of way, but they're not, because they know dang well that's the truth. And if it wasn't the truth, I wouldn't have been getting, my manager wouldn't have been trying to nominate me to be the employee of the month of the whole region for the last 3 months. Okay. So, and why? So basically, the last 3 or 4 months, our score has been going up, 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 up. Why? Because I transferred to overnight. First of all, I transferred to overnight because there was just little weird stuff going on with certain members saying weird stuff to me, like most of the stuff was racist, and then some of the stuff was like leading into racist. You know how it could be the intro or start of something, but you really trying to say something else, whatever. So that, and also I had a situation with a coworker, and maybe was it also because of one of my other jobs or something, whatever. And also I did kind of want that extra pay. That probably was really the main thing here. So I do the bulk of the cleaning. I was doing the bulk of the cleaning there. Overnight is the person who does most of the cleaning anyway, to get the store ready for the next day, and just mostly an upkeep of the bulk cleaning anyway. Regardless, the next day, just for a stretch of a time, the club was better for them months. So, because of detailed cleaning on top of what am I trying to say? So, detailed cleaning on top of the stuff the daily stuff. That makes sense. So, busting my butt. Members complimenting me, everything. It was like that at the last gym I was at before I got to Planet at River City. Okay, so that's been going on for months, busting my butt, all that. Now, I've been covering shifts at other stores too, right? Covering shifts at my store. Mind you, in the 10 months that I was there, I never missed a day of work. Never missed a day of work. Barely was even late. There might have been only once or twice I was late. This is factuals. So, I'm also covering at our store too. People that be late, they might even have me stay after my overnight shift. I done been here all night. Now I got to stay after an hour or two because somebody ain't coming or whatever, or late. Also covering people's shift at my store too, because people calling off, whatever else, or just don't want to come. So keep that in mind. Employee never missed a day of work, covering shifts at her store and other stores in the region, right? And also raising the score at her store to where we're beating the other stores in our region, and there's 5 stores, okay? The only store I ain't been to in our region, so I've been to all 4 stores. Hold on. I've been to 4 out of the 5 stores. The only one I ain't been to is Bloomington. Okay? But it was really finna come soon to when I was finna go over there and cover a shift. I had just talked to the manager that just switched over there from the Pekin store. Mind you, the Pekin store is where this situation happened at. Okay, but it already been weird stuff going on with my store manager. Then we got a new regional manager. Like in March or April. And the whole energy switch once he came. He ain't even tell you. I only met him twice, and he done caught the store more times than I done met this man or seen this man. You ain't even got a chance to know me and how you dealing with me or talking to me as if like they done already sneak this or talk to you about me. You feel me? Which these are people that don't like me for no reason. They love me for my work, but these people are biased. They're borderline racist. They ain't fully racist, but that's the main situation of what I was dealing with there. Like, they seen how great of a work I am, but it's like, how are you trying to separate the things? Like, you really don't have no reason to not like me, but you love my work ethic. But it's kind of because it's like you competing with this black girl. Okay? I don't care who feel no type of way about the topic I'm entering into. I don't. So if you feel some type of way, you can move around or separate yourself. Okay? Stuff do be playing out like that. Sorry. And I already had told my manager it's because the color of my skin is some weird stuff going on. But also, most of the managers was gay. Okay? So that's really where it was weird at too. Like, what am I supposed to say? Trigger warning. Like I said again, I don't care who feel no type of way about these topics. And they used to be like, when I first got hired, Kayla, pay attention to everything or see everything. You dang right. Like, you can't cover up that you gay. I see that too. And I seen everything else. That's really why y'all wanted me gone. But, so, it's like, that's going to be different in itself. On top of, that's like two different competitions going on at once. So is weird. Which you already know, Planet Fitness is a competitive job. Your real life, like when they sit you down and stuff, you better know, like when they tell you this is competitive pay, it really is. So of course I busted my butt and stuff. Like, that's how it determine who get the most hours and shifts or whatever, all that stuff. Okay. Now, they had already knew I was supposed to be a manager. Now, check this out also. The guy who hired me, he ended up getting transferred to another store in our region. And that's the store I ended up covering Sunday. So about 6 days ago. It's Saturday right now. It's finna be Sunday again, but Sunday. Okay. Now, I like that dude a lot. He the manager of East Peoria. Now, a week after I got hired, he got transferred over there. So I didn't get to deal with him like that at all. But thank God he was my blessing into the company or whatever for the time being. Okay. So I'm dealing with my manager basically all this time. I ain't not once. Anybody that know me know I'm not finna mask who I am. Okay. I ain't not once pretended to be like, we all know I'm rough around the edges. Come on now. But I still know when to tuck some stuff and when to pull stuff out, if that makes sense. So, and right now in this video, this is the raw and the uncut, okay? But I know how to act at a job and stuff. Come on now. So the fact y'all trying to act like, so check this out. A few days ago, okay, this probably was overnight. Monday going into Tuesday morning. Yeah. Okay. So, my store manager come in the middle of the night. He ain't never came in the middle of the night. And I'm outside, right? Okay. Hitting a little smoke, a little black and mild. Because you already know I've been stopped smoking green. Okay. So I'm just dibbling and dabbling with the black and milds, whatever, for now, till I'm done with them. It's more just a habit of smoking, whatever. So I'm outside. But I see him, like, because I'm in the cut, like, and I see him. And I walk to where he at. And he was like, we need to have a talk or whatever. But mind you, the store manager the day before, no, the regional manager the day before, so my first overnight day, because I was doing three, had called me. He called a store within my first 40 minutes of working. Mind you, I'm there early. I ain't even supposed to be there until 11. I clock in at 10:14. You calling about 10:45 asking me why I done went outside once or twice for 5 to 10 minutes each time. First of all, I'm here before I'm even supposed to be. You shouldn't even be asking me why I done went outside like that or whatever. On top of, if I do go outside, everybody know how Planet Fitness is. First of all, that store bright. If it's nighttime, even during the daytime, you can clear cut see in there. So the fact he had lied to the regional manager the first night on the phone talking about, yeah, I'm watching the camera and people done called the store saying, where are you at? Or called in to them or whatever, asking where are you at and or where is the person that works or what the them. You a dang lie, because it's dark as heck outside. So when it's dark outside, it's even brighter. You can see clearly in the store. And anytime I go outside overnight, I'm watching the desk the whole entire time. So anytime I see somebody approaching that desk, I go straight in. And if I'm outside already and they walk in, I walk in with them or ask them outside the window, do you need anything or whatever? And they be like, yeah, I want a tan or what the man. I'm like, okay, here I come. What the man? And I go inside with them. And ain't nobody ever had to wait. And I'm watching the whole time. So he could have just kept it at, I'm watching the camera. I seen you go outside. Why you go outside? I told him I was filling my bottles, or I was looking for my bottles, I guess. Cause this the thing, I was paying out of my own money for cleaning supplies. Cause I care about the place a lot. You ain't even stopped to like notice that or whatever. That's cool. I don't need no kudos or no whatever. I was doing that because I care, whatever. Not to get no notoriety for real, but you still was on some trying to talk over that and continue to say what you was saying, whatever. The regional manager. But yeah, I'm telling them how I'm trying to fill my bottles or whatever, because I pay out of my money for better cleaning supplies than what they do. If I'm supposed to be the bulk cleaner here, basically head of housekeeper, whatever, and my manager, he did give me my own, I got 2 bottles with my name on it. Like, that's all. Okay, little special, little notoriety, whatever, cool. So then I'm like, all right, let me keep, coming to fill these bottles, And each week I make them a different color. So me and a couple of my coworkers, they used to be interested. Ooh, what color you gonna make it this week? What, just little stuff. But so he could have just left it. The regional manager could have just left it at, I was watching the camera, I seen you go outside. You ain't have to add no lie in there like they was calling and people were at the desk, because I'm standing out there the whole time watching the desk. I ain't see nobody walk up to that desk. Even when I walked in, I didn't have nobody that needed help. Okay, so then the very next day, I guess that's when they know I'm going to be working night again. So they had my manager, the store manager, come have a talk with me. So then he like, Kayla, why you been coming outside or whatever? What the bam? Or you can't be going outside. And I'll be like, I'm just taking a quick smoke break. Like, that's what I heard. We can take smoke breaks or whatever. as long as we don't leave the parking lot. I really did hear that from one or two people had told me that, my coworkers. As long as you don't drive out that parking lot, you cool, because they watching you on the camera outside. And I told him that, so he ended up telling me, no, they not, or whatever. I'm like, dang, I thought this whole time they was. Like, so he could tell I genuinely really thought that or whatever. So, and also he ended up trying to tell me about some complaints about me right then and there, right? And I'm like, no, that didn't happen. He was telling me how people have been saying I make funny faces, all that. Y'all know my face expressions do be, come on now. The slightest little alter in my face is going to look like I'm black. I already knew right then when he's mentioned them face expressions, what type of time it's on. It's on some bias stuff or whatever. That because I'm black, like, I ain't never, that's what I mean by when y'all first hire me, I've never just switched up. So don't out of nowhere try to act like it's hard to put in words. But I can't just be like Sally over there. Come on now. Trigger warning. Another touchy topic. That's what I said to him right there. I was like, that's just how my face is. I said, it could look like I'm feeling some type of way, but I don't be feeling no type of way a lot of the time. I said, even while I'm talking to you right now, you telling me what you telling me, like, I don't feel no type of way. And he was like, I can tell that, like, I know you don't. So why are you really? So if you know that, why when they come in to tell you this, if they're coming to tell you this, that you really taking this in like this really happened? You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. So you've been making face expressions, you've been being rude and mean and all that. Where are all these situations coming from? I work overnight where nobody barely comes in. Where are these situations coming from? Then the one situation that blew me, he was like, you was even being mean to Bill, and the Bill's the wheelchair dude that be coming in. I said, I have not seen Bill since February. Bill comes in about between 12 or 2 p.m. during the day. And I have been overnight since February. I ain't say all that, but I was like, I ain't seen him since February. I was like, so no, that couldn't have been possible. He said that, like, basically I was being mean. I didn't want to open the door or whatever. Do that sound like me? Anybody that know Kayla? Kay, no. I'm the person always being nice to the handicapped, the disabled, homeless people, all that. Giving them stuff, money, all that stuff. This the same man that was giving us free Bradley tickets to me and my assistant manager months back, like before February, right before that, like in December and in January. What are you talking about? I hope that, I don't know, with that situation, it had blew me, because I don't like situations where I feel like I got to prove myself, because it's, like, I don't like when people lie on my character. Okay. So I hope I hope Bill ain't say that. First of all, Bill don't even look at me the few times I have opened the door before February or whatever. He don't even look at me while he opening the door. First of all, y'all know I'm tall as hell. I'm 5'11". He comes in the door, you know, in a wheelchair. He never even looks up at, you have to look up at me. Most people do, but then he's definitely sitting, so he never comes in looking up at me, like, to even know if I felt some type of way. He comes looking straight, and most of the time, I'm probably behind him. So how he even look at me to know if I was feeling some type of way. But, so yeah, he was like, yeah, I ain't seen him since February. He like, yeah, I'm just now saying something about it. You lying. Either y'all done came up with that together, and Bill on now he on a surgery or something, I guess, or something. So I guess he hasn't been coming in months, but I found that out late because I've been working overnight. You know, when you just talk to your coworkers, how this person, are you seeing this person lately or whatever? I probably asked that a couple months after. You feel me? After February. And so I just found that out. So I hope they ain't make that up because he gone and they most likely knowing I wasn't going to run into him again. But it's just with some lying. I just know it's some lying. It's like, where all these complaints come from, and all the customers or members be giving me compliments. They think I don't even know that they tucking compliments. Where members and customers and all that done told me like, you is the best worker here, all that. I'm going to tell your manager and all that. Y'all ain't never mentioning that though. But now all of a sudden, because it's so clear cut that I'm the best worker here and I'm helping y'all raise scores, covering all in the region, all that stuff. Now all of a sudden, I'm getting complaints. And then it's more complaints at night where nobody barely comes in than when I was working during the day. Now, I know I'm going to get some complaints because I'm black. So I do know there's people that go out their way if I was already dealing with racism and stuff. And then you just going to get some anyway. Because that's how life goes. I'm not just exempt from just being Miss Perfect. I'm not. I'm not going to sugarcoat it like that. I'm not finna, no. I might have been off a couple times, but not all these times they talking about when I'm real close to getting an assistant manager position. They really didn't want to give it to me. They already been knew I deserved it back then. I would have got it with the person who hired me didn't get transitioned to another store. He would have been made me a manager. They end up giving somebody else the manager position or assistant manager, whatever, weekend manager, whatever, knowing I deserved it back months back. Now she just moved to a different store. Now it was basically me being in the running this week and next week, whatever. Probably would have got it next week or the week after. Now all of a sudden, complaints and stuff coming. And that's probably why the situation led to how it happened. Because God already probably knew I was going to get treated more like a lame as an assistant manager than what they was already doing to me. Hold on though, because my phone finna die. Because the thing is, Shorty was getting treated like a lame before she left. She was doing stuff the manager was supposed to be doing and all that stuff, covering his tail. And he was doing certain stuff he know he was not supposed to be doing or trying to get away with. Putting himself on the schedule at 8 and don't come until like 11. And the regional manager had to talk with him, but he still sometimes don't come till 9:30, 10. You just only got a little better. It's certain stuff he getting away with just because he the manager, but because they did me and all that stuff, it's gonna end up catching up to him anyway. All of them, whoever did me bogus. But I think that's why God had already been talking to me. And yeah, they used to be looking at me funny when I used to be talking about God and all that stuff. I do not care. I'm not supposed to be around y'all demons anyway. That's why God allowed this to happen. I already knew this was going to be happening. But when he had that talk with me on Tuesday morning, I was finna quit in the middle of him talking to me. I was finna be like, you know what? I quit. But God just snatched me up in the inside, like took hold of me. You feel me? And he was like, nah, you got bills and stuff. Like you really got grown woman stuff going on. Like you can't just be making rash decisions like that. You can't just be being bullheaded like you used to be, Kelly. So it's just stuff. A lot of stuff was happening in the last 2 weeks where I knew something was finna happen. Okay. Stuff was just changing and transitioning and switching. And each time that it be like that, this the same result that happens. I get fired or quit. My last job, the gym job, they let me go after I already put my 2 weeks in. You can't try to fire me after I already nicely quit. Stop it, River City. The heck? But that kind of happened the same with the Civic Center. This kind of happened the same as the Civic Center. But basically, because I'm finna wrap this up. So I don't know if they consider my warning being him talking to me on Tuesday morning. But that ain't no real warning because I didn't even know I couldn't go outside. And for me to be doing all that nice cleaning, like, I can show y'all the messages where they thanking me and all that stuff. And saying I'll do the best work, all that stuff, and all that stuff. It's just you picking and choosing when you want to not like me. Weird stuff. Doesn't even make sense. You like me for helping y'all make them scores go up and all that stuff. And doing all that cleaning. And this another thing I want to add in there. They want to know why all the members love me and all that stuff. They thinking that, first of all, most of the scores, the tallying with the scores is the cleaning, not the freaking customer service and all the reports and all not all that. Okay, that's a smaller portion. So y'all already know. That's where I came in. If I'm doing the bulk of the cleaning, it was already certain stuff y'all had to thank me for because regional manager or the person who comes does an inspection was like, oh, this is nice and what the bam. Who did that? Kayla. Y'all had to, it was certain people or coworkers. Kayla did that. I'm sorry, y'all. I got eczema. Skin started to get irritated because I'm sitting right here by the sun. But if you already know that, you need to see why the customers love me so much. It really was that they hated how much the customers was effing with me. And how I had like a bond with a lot of them. It don't matter if they was white, black, what the bim. But my manager though, you want to talk about my complaints and all that other stuff. And I ain't even getting no real ones and a lot like that. He was getting a lot. And most of them was from all black people. And I used to sit there and watch how he would switch up his personality. That's basically why I've been getting at this in this video too. That's the part I didn't speak on too. He basically, you want me to switch my personality and I need to come bubbly and da 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 and da 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 da. I'm black. I'm gonna always have an undertone. I didn't come in this job that way, so don't think I'm gonna switch up. It'll be one thing if I came in acting one way and just switched up. I didn't. I'm always going to show that I do have a little rough around the edges because I'm never going to be able to mask stuff fully. I want you to know from the jump. So if you don't want to hire me, don't want to deal with me, cool. I need you to know from the jump because I'm already knowing me. That's being self-aware and having accountability in another area that I'm already knowing. I'm not just Miss whatever. I'm not. And that's why people deal with me because I'm authentic. I am. And I like that about myself. I done tried to do the switching. That's not me. It's not. I can't do that. For the most part, I can be soft and all that stuff. But I'm not going to be preppy. If that makes sense. Them two different things. I know how to be soft, but I'm not preppy. You can't force that in me. That's not, it don't come where I come from. Okay? It don't. I'll never be able to fully be that. I went to school with majority of white people for a little segment, and I never switched into them fully. Like, no, that's not me. I didn't even come in there like that. So, and another thing, them customers love me. So let me get back to this. So yeah, with the scores, it's mostly clean and all that. And why the customers love me? They wonder why the customers love me, because they see who doing most of all the work in here. You can try to have all the perfect customer service you want. It's a effing gym, for God's sakes. Okay? People come in, most of them come in with their headphones on or scanning, and half of them come in with their headphones on, scan in, go on. The other ones want to scan in, go on too. And it might be like a selected few that, hey, whatever. But it's a freaking gym. We don't even have that much interaction, or don't even have to have that much interaction with people. That's another thing. So I'm getting these complaints, and everybody in America knows how Planet Fitness works. There's not that much freaking interaction with the customers at that desk for real, unless they need to cancel a membership or join or something. But just scanning in and going, where are you getting these interactions are happening? Now, I do move around the gym probably more than y'all. And if I'm conversating, that's to the people that talk to me first or deal with me. And I'm moving around more. Why? Because I'm doing most of the bulk cleaning and stuff. Now that's on the shifts that I be covering. And I don't just cover no shifts often like that. Now, it was like maybe I didn't cover that much at my store this last month. I was finna cover a shift today. But like the month before and the month before that, I was probably covering a shift once every other week or something. That's a decent amount, you know. So I was still getting some during the day, whatever. And I would hope people aren't complaining on this person that went overnight for all these months they ain't seen in months. And then now you finally seeing me because I'm here and there covering a shift once every blue moon, and you just hurrying up trying to make a complaint on me that time. Like, but because I still got to tell y'all how this happened or what happened. But that's the bulk of my story anyway. Like, I'm gonna wrap it up with telling y'all how it played out with me going to sleep. But why the customers love me? Because they see that I'm doing most of the cleaning. Well, people don't know how to run a gym. And the day I open my own gym is the day these people that all the gyms I worked at and treated me like a lame gonna look stupid. I know how a gym works. Okay? I've been at a few of them. Whatever. All gyms mostly the same anyway. And I talk to the members that love me. These people care more about the place being clean than you providing customer service. Great customer service. These people that's why they come in with their headphones on, because they don't even want to talk to you. They want to get scanned in and move on to work out. The heck? They so focused on yelling at the customers as soon as they come in the door. Hey, good morning. Da 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 da. All this other, like, no. First of all, be natural, be authentic. I wait till they come up to the scanner. I'm not finna shout and have an announcement that somebody just entered the door. As soon as they enter the door, they, good morning, da 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 da. Everybody looking at it. No, as soon as they walk up to the scanner, hey, how you doing? Good morning. And they, what's up? Or, hey, or, like, what's up? Like, you know, all that. It's cool. Be natural, authentic. You wonder why they wonder why they love me. Because I'm creating a more natural and authentic and intentional. I'm very intentional. That's why people F with me. I'm never been a copy and paste person ever. Anybody I deal with, any people I deal with, you will not get the same dealings with me as the next. I don't deal with any two people the same. I don't. I can, as soon as they enter that door, I can tell how they want to be. And that's another thing people say about me. Now, that's one thing people really tell me, like so I can, or a lot of this stuff I'm saying about myself, people be telling me, but that's definitely one thing people tell me often. They be like, Kayla, you know how to read people very well. Yes. So anybody that walked through that door, this door or their door, whoever door, I can look at you and kind of tell from your body language, all that, how you want to be greeted. They greeting everybody the same way, providing their customer service. But why them customers love me? Because they see I'm the main person in here doing most of the work and stuff. That's what all they was saying. You the best worker here. You do the most. You stay moving, all that stuff, whatever. And I'm not treating everybody the same or thinking that it's so much got to be, they more on customer service. I'm more on keeping this place clean. That's what gym people like. An environment that's clean more than they care about customer service. And they thinking it's customer service. This is a gym, for God's sakes. These people want to get scanned in and move on. But yeah, that's what that was. So now what ended up happening? So I feel like they ain't give me no benefit of the doubt. They were so quick to fire me. Yesterday morning, I got the call. What ended up happening was I've been busting my butt this week. Which that's how I knew something was going to happen, because when stuff starts switching and changing and all that, I already been feeling like just weird stuff been going on. It's already been going on, but just definitely last week or two. And when just a few different stuff starts switching, like I was working more this last week or two and all that, you know, I've been penny pinching. I'm hurting right now. Okay. I don't care who needs to know that. I'm hurting. I'm keeping this house up, okay? I'm paying my bills, but I ain't got too much left after these bills. I don't. So that's another reason I'm busting my butt, so I can keep this job and show that y'all that I'm worth it. Value me. But also I needed something to switch. This last week or two, I'm like, you know, I'm tired of this. I'm going to make sure this next check, like, up there. I need more after the check than just paying my bills and stuff. So, yeah. I started I covered 2 other stores in our region. So last week, was it Friday? I covered our store. Sunday, I covered East Peoria. Wednesday, I covered Pekin. There's 5 stores in our region. And today I was supposed to cover a shift at our store again. Tomorrow too. So my off days ain't even been my off days. I'm tired as heck. Mind you, if a store don't get covered, who gotta come? If a shift don't gotta get covered, who got to come in? The manager. So I'm helping the managers out. On top of the person who not coming in or just calling off randomly and stuff. That's where they fuck that. I think that's the first time I cussed. I was even trying to cuss. That's where they effed up at. Y'all ain't see how I've been covering the whole company. I'm carrying my store on my back. F who can give them F. Feel some type of way. Yes, they could be watching this video. Y'all know dang well I was covering that store on my back. Now here go the overly passionate Kayla. Probably already been came out. But that's because it's coming out. The story coming out. So I already covering shifts. The off days ain't my off days. I'm helping y'all, but helping myself too. I need the money. But then I care about the company, the store, all that too. Now it's so now once I get off Wednesday morning, that's the last day I gotta work of my shifts. So, and I already booked last week for Wednesday night to work Wednesday night going into Thursday morning and peaking. Right? I had already told my dad what. Okay, so I went to my dad, my grandma's house or my dad's house, whatever. Because my grandma passed 2 years ago, but we still call it my grandma's house, but my dad's house, whatever. That's what that was. But I told my dad, because it was Wednesday was my dad's birthday. I told him, I said, something gonna happen when I go to Peking. I was playing around. I knew something was gonna happen, but I was playing around like, I might call you from jail, dad, telling you to buy me out, whatever, or come get me. Because I be having my own body money, but I'm knowing something finna happen. I just felt it, right? So I went to his house earlier that day. Then I left to go cut my grass and to take a nap. And then went back to his house because they had his little birthday party there later on. And then I left there for an hour or two before I had to get up to drive over to Pekin to clock in. Okay? I really don't be doing too much. Like, I really just be around family, taking care of my responsibilities, and I work a lot. Hang out with my friends here and there, whatever. But I don't do too much for real. I'm a good girl for the most part. Like, I don't do too much. So I'm making sure just everything got done that day. Whatever. Okay, you got to balance family, stuff you got to do at home, whatever, cut the grass, all that stuff, whatever. And then go to work tonight still to cover this shift. Now, when I get up or whatever, I end up hurting my toe. Like, I dang near drug my toe out the bathroom with me. Like, or it was still, my toe was still in the bathroom. The rest of my body was leaving the bathroom. Like, it drugged, like, it wedged into the corner, like, in the doorway or whatever. It was, like, lagging or whatever. Move out the way, fly. Like, we're not gonna do that. But it hurt bad. I didn't know if I broke it or whatever, but I still drive over to Pekin, cover this shift, whatever. I'm already kind of limping there, but I ain't trying to pay attention for real because I'm trying to get there. On top of, you know how just this, it take you about 20, 25 minutes to get there. So I'm just trying to make sure I get there in enough time, whatever, to get clocked in, all that stuff. I'm finna kill you real quick. So stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Nasty shit. So, I'll go wash my hands in a second. I'm finna wrap this up. Shoot. Because I'm finna have to get in the shower anyway. It's kind of just, I had to turn that air off. So I'm kind of perspiring a little bit now. But to do this video with y'all. But, so, yeah, I ain't trying to pay attention to it like that. But once I get clocked in all that, I'm really limping. Like, my stuff really hurt, whatever. But mind you, I'm already tired from covering all these freaking shifts anyway. Covering shifts on top of doing my shifts. Okay? Been busting my butt this last week and a half, whatever. So I sit down. I do sit down. I'm like, this not my store anyway. I'm really trying to keep it loyal with my store. Because you know what's going to happen, and it's done happened before, where I done went to another store and clinked up for them, and they done got a higher score. Who is the best cleaner in our region? Me. Really in the top 10 of the 60 workers they got. It's done happened before. A couple other managers called it out, whatever. Our old regional manager and the East Peoria's manager called it out. Like, thank you, Kayla, for helping. You did that, whatever. They end up getting a higher score than us. The next day, the dude came to our store, scored us lower and stuff. It's happened a couple other times too, but we're not going to talk on that. But, so I was like, you know what? I ain't finna try. I'm not finna, our store been going up there. We've been beating everybody. I'm going to try to, you know, not help them for real like that. Trying to kind of keep it loyal because of my own freaking abilities. My little one person self really can make a difference. And Pekin was nasty as hell. That store is nasty as F. But I guess the whole city of Pekin nasty, really, to be honest. I was seeing when I was doing basketball games months back, all them little middle schools and stuff. I ain't even finna go into that. But I see why people, like, as we was growing up, people was talking about Pekin because it really is, like, dirty just everywhere. You look behind their tanning beds, everything just dust caked up, and people done threw paper towels, everything just, and these people working there and ain't cleaning nothing. But I clipped a few things, and then I was like, you know, I'm finna sit down. I'm limping and stuff. I already had to take one of my shoes off. Why? And I clipped 2 of their Stairmasters. And then I was like, you know what? Let me try to take the other one off. I probably clipped some more other stuff. And then I sat down after that. And yes, my tired butt went to sleep. My tired hurt butt went to sleep. The hell? I'm covering every store dang near in our region this week. Y'all ain't give me no benefit of doubt. You just finna fire me like that. That's all I did. And then it wasn't even out in the open. That's the thing. And I had the phone with me. So if anybody would have called the store, I would have heard it. I was not in no deep sleep, none of that. And ain't nobody was in the store anyway. It probably was one person. And yes, I did keep waking up to go check or whatever. I'm like, shoot, I'm already asleep, shoot. And ain't nobody said nothing, whatever. So I'm finna go back again and chill out. I'm not finna be limping around, and I'm tired, and it's cold as heck. Mind you, that's the other thing. That's really why I was going outside at my own store. It's freaking freezing overnight at Planet. It's freezing. It's okay, and I get it in the summer. Y'all turning the air up more. That's okay for during the day when it's hot outside. So you know how the hotness come inside. On top of, it's all those bodies during the day. But at night, it's cooler. On top of, ain't nobody in there. It's freezing. Yes, I need to go outside to warm up. Do you see how little I am? Okay? Not that bug juice, but cause I ain't forget, but it's freezing. So, like, it's one of them freezes. Like, it don't even matter if you move around or sit down. You're the same code. Like, the heck. So, they fired my little butt for going to sleep. And I was ducked off at that. On top of it, wasn't even my store. Y'all could have gave me the benefit of the doubt. I was in the black card spot. I guess peeking the only spot. It ain't even, I don't even think a camera in the spot. It's outside and there's like a glass, like a window where you can kind of see in there. That's the only store in our region built up like that. I wasn't sure if I was seeing or not, but I was like, you know what? I put in so much work. I deserve this right now. Like, I'm tired. You ain't giving me no benefit of the doubt. This girl been covering all our stores in the region this week. Never missed a day of work. Hoping her own store score go high. Always on time. Going to sleep though. And nobody was in the store. And kept checking. No warning. But our manager did want to fire who he knew, the people who he knew was scamming our store though, committing fraud and stuff, giving out people free memberships. He don't want to fire the people that been calling off every day for weeks. It's a lot of stuff going on. But definitely that main one. He knew the dude, he knew both people was scamming the store, but because they black guys, whatever, he more intimidated by them. He called himself trying to be not fake intimidated by me. You're like, you are, but because I'm a female or whatever, it's like you want to have some authority over me. But all y'all gay anyway. Like, whatever. It's some weird stuff. I ain't finna get all into that. But you fired Lil Keller for going to sleep one time, but it's so much other stuff going on. That's how I know God didn't want me there. Anyway, like, I didn't need to become that assistant manager because he was going to be trying to treat me like even more lame probably than actually thinking I'm supposed to be somewhat of an equal to him. My assistant, my manager at my store. And I definitely wasn't effing with the new regional manager. But, yeah. But I did go to sleep. And so what? My little boy was tired. I ain't supposed to be there anyway. I'm an entrepreneur. They know it. It's another reason they was hating on me. They know I ain't even supposed to be working no job. I'm just working these jobs so I get my own stuff going. You gotta make some money to build some stuff. But, yeah, that's that, like. That's that for going to sleep. People, my friends, some people was like yesterday when I told them, they was like, you still in boxes and stuff? Like, what the hell? No, like, I was still in boxes. What boxes Planet Fitness got that I want? Huh? What boxes do they got that I want? None. But yeah, for going to sleep. For overworking for their ass. Basically. I should have just, I don't know, I should have just kept faith. That if I shouldn't have, I cared too much. I liked the job too much and cared about the company too much, all that stuff. So I should have just stayed with my little hours. No, I was basically going to say I should have just kept penny pinching. That's what it lead down to. No. God allowed this to play out how it was supposed to go. He did. It was supposed to happen like this so I can move on to bigger and better things. Okay? It was, yeah. Yep. Because I know one thing, I got to get a job ASAP within this week or two. I already got my other job with the YMCA. I do the summer rec and roll program. They don't pay too much though, working with them kids. They do not pay. And especially, she just came up with a schedule and all that. And it's the off season for my refereeing. Which, okay, I ain't gonna get all into that. But what's crazy, I was already gonna be giving y'all a video of my jobs. Like with all my different shirts. And just go through all my shirts and explain all of them, what I got going on and stuff. So thank God I didn't get that video out this week. Thank God this happened before that. So I can just wait on that video a little second till I add a shirt with it. And then when I replace whatever my next shirt with this one, and then I'll go through my three or four shirts, 3, 4, or 5 maybe work shirts that I got. Okay, but we ain't getting all into my other jobs right now. But it is my off season for refereeing, and y'all know that's my favorite job out of all of them. But I got that coming up in like 3 months. That's where I make my good money. So even if I got faith God finna have something knock on my door within these next 2 weeks. Like I said, I already had like an interview or whatever this morning. Anyway, I've already had that set up before. They had even fired me yesterday morning. I had this set up for like 2 or 3 days. She just told me to come next Saturday. But once they fired me yesterday, I told her I'm available today, this Saturday. And she was like, okay, come through. And it sounded like it might work out. Who knows? And it's the same thing I'm doing with the wreck and roll thing with the Y. Working with kids, summer outside, setting up games and stuff for kids to learn sports and play and all that stuff. But I am liking all my fitness / gym jobs, whatever. That is my passion or my calling, I'm realizing. It does make sense because I was into everything when I was growing up. So that's another reason. Ooh, God, I'm finna wrap this video up. But that's another reason why I really had loved this job. But yes, I do know that God did not put me in this nice house, move me to this nice house, or gave me the blessing of being in this nice house, and this situation happened, and then I ain't gonna be able to pay my bills and stuff. I do know that. He ain't gonna have me assed out. I know that, okay? So I know he gotta make something shake within the next week or two. I know it. I feel it. Because, is it the 19th? Yeah, I think it's the 19th. And rent due on the 1st. No, mine on the 3rd. But I always pay it before the 1st, like the last few days of the month. But we gonna see what happens. And yeah, that's why my money been tight. Moving to my first house, trying to get everything set up. And really that car, the car I got is like draining my savings. It's a piece of work. But that's a story for a different time. More. But yeah. God gonna make some shade. And I'm gonna make some shade. I'm gonna make some shade. Not bad, I make some shade. We gonna make some shade. Okay? Us together. But that was that. I ain't dwelling on it holding no grudge with Planet Fitness. They can keep that. Yeah, the first thing they tried to do was yesterday morning, after like an hour after he called me, it sent me an email that they canceled my employee membership. I don't give a F about that membership. Like, I work for the YMCA on top of the Peoria Park District, our city's park district. I have a good amount of places I can go work out for free. Like at least 3, if not 4, 5, 6. Like, and y'all only is a big ass weight room. I was just effing with y'all because y'all my job. I'm there often. Go there. I was effing with y'all for real. Like, whatever. It's only a big weight room. The other places I can go have everything. Pool, basketball court, all that stuff. On top of a weight room. I don't care about that. They do need to give me my certification papers though. I know that. Now that is a plus with working at Planet Fitness. All them things they have you sitting at in the break room when you first get hired, even sometimes when they make up when they re-go over stuff and all that, and you might have to do another course or whatever, you get certificates or certifications for that stuff, and they supposed to allow you to take that stuff with you. So like I know one of the recent ones we had to do was a tanning course, and then also I got a CPR certification and other stuff, maybe first aid, all that stuff. And they know them certifications get you in the door. Like, that's a plus. That's a good thing. So you get all that stuff with working with them and taking them courses and supposed to take them with you. And that help with other jobs or wherever you go, other places. You already halfway in the door or whatever from them having them certifications and courses and all that stuff. So I will be probably going there. Who knows? If I'm in that area tonight, or what's today? It's Saturday and they close at 7, so I probably won't make it there. But probably in the morning or something, I need to go get that. I hope they wouldn't just think to already throw my little file away. And yes, I used to go in my file every day because I'm writing down a list of everything I clean, all that stuff, and sending that into our group chat every day and stuff. It's just so much stuff I was doing. Great. But, yeah, hopefully they wouldn't just be thirsty to already. And if they already was thirsty to throw that away, guess what? I'm going to have you print that stuff off. And if you can't, I'm finna call whoever I need to call. But that's what that is. They cool people, they just fake. That's what they is. They fake. But they still cool at the same time. I don't know. It used to be decent when we used to go out on our little outings. Like just 2 or 3 weeks ago, we went karaoke at this place called the Basket Case. And then a couple weeks before that, did we go to Chili's? I think, yeah. We'd have been bowling before. And I even supported my manager and went to his guitar thingy. He was decent. He did decent. Nobody else really showed up. Except for me and the other girl. That was the assistant little manager and stuff. And they be talking about each other. So I already know y'all talking about me. But I'm authentic though. I'm going to show up, support you. And most likely if I feel some type of way about you, I'm going to talk to you about it. Like, I don't need to talk to the next. Whatever. They're not like that though. Like, But leave this on a positive note. I really love that job. It's okay because I wasn't supposed to be there no more. It was supposed to serve its purpose. God didn't want me comfortable no more. The pay wasn't enough. He finna bless me with something to pay these bills and to breathe and live. That's what I need. And he know what I need. My blessings coming. They coming in. And I hope they blessings come in. Like, now I already knew when I was there, that was not the top. Some of them, they feel like that's the top of the whatever. Some of them might still be there for years, whatever, not really prosper like that. I don't know. But if they do, I hope they can get to as far as they can in that. And then if some of them move on, whatever, I still hope they move on to bigger and better things. Okay. As well. I hope they get their blessings as well. Even though them people, they don't deal with God and stuff. But I do. I pray for them. Also, I hope y'all move on to bigger and better things. Get y'all blessings. Grab y'all blessings. Hold on to them tight. Talk to God, okay? But that's what it was like. Or that's what it is. But I love y'all. I hope y'all love me. I love them too still. And I'm out, okay? And I'm finna go get out of this. Like I said, this is the last time you see me in here. Okay.